Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment, people. It's Marvin speaking. Something grabbed my attention, what Wax said, which was a altercation at the Airbnb, and it was said that Ophelia's daughter had come out and said something about shouting and arguments around about 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm just wondering whether could someone dig out the reports on that. I'm still trying to find it, but I come across this, which I thought I'd put out for now. I visited the Tenerife Airbnb where Jay Slater stayed, and one thing is obvious: the search for the 19-year-old British tourist continues on Tenerife. Reporter James Holt visited the accommodation where he spent the night there before. This is by Tom Bennett and James Holt. This was on Monday, the 24th of June, people. So a week later after Jay went missing. So this reporter had gone up there. And he goes on to say the search for missing tourist Jay Slater continues in Tenerife as rescue parties continue to scour the Spanish island. The 9-year-old from Lancashire was last heard from on Monday morning and was reported to be trying to make his way back to his accommodation after missing the bus. The apprentice bricklayer has not been heard from since, and drones, helicopters, and rescue dogs have been deployed in a bid to locate him. Before he vanished, Jay is believed to have spent the night at the secluded Airbnb named Casa Abula Tina with acquaintances he had met on the island NRG Music Festival. I mean, the thing is, I don't know why he spent the night there at the end of the day, because obviously he didn't. He got back in the early hours of the morning and spent less than an hour there before he decided to leave. That didn't make sense to me in why they've said he actually spent the night there. Or did he? Or did the Manchester Evening News basically get more of a report than what we did? So the Manchester Evening reports that Airbnb is located from outside the village of Masca, with its owner reportedly seeing Jay walking up towards the mountains alone. With Manchester Evening News reporter James Hall visited the site, and nothing is remoteness. He goes on to say the accommodation is miles away from most of the signs of civilization on the island. With Jay and his friends he was visiting, the island was staying around an hour's drive in the popular resort of Los Cristianos. The article goes on to say there is only one road leading in and out of the area, with hair-raisingly tight corners on the approach. Remember Jay basically Abe saying how fast he was driving? There's no chance of that, because you would have had a really bad accident. Masca is also off the beaten tourist trail, with just 2 restaurants within reasonable walking distance of Casa Abulatina and limited public transport serving the area. The surrounding terrain is also perilous, with Manchester Evening News reporting it would be difficult to navigate on foot for anyone unfamiliar with the area. Who were the 2 people seen with the 10 men? Obviously, with the man 10 hours after Jay Slater sighting. So this goes on to say there is also few other accommodation options in the area around the Airbnb, while Tenerife is known for its all-inclusive resort and hotels. In the Casa Abulatina, it's easily missed, with only 3 other hotels within a 4-mile radius of Masra. A 50-minute walk from the Airbnb would take someone into Masca. However, Jay was said to be trekking uphill when he left the Airbnb, with the next significant village being Les Portales, being around 2 hours away on foot. As well as being a significant distance, the terrain also involves difficult mountain hikes and pathways. You know, obviously the problem I've got is basically I don't think he did that walk. I mean, obviously this report is saying on foot is a problem walking at the end of the day up these sort of steep roads and tracks at the end of the day. And you would want to at least sort of keep to the tracks at the end of the day so you wouldn't get hurt. So why would Jay go off road? It made no sense to me, to be honest with you. And it says here the accommodation is miles from most other signs of civilization. But a lot of people do go out there for holidays. So you would still think that basically around about that time Jay left, there would have been a lot of people, right, and an independent witness seeing him, which just didn't happen, which is absolutely bizarre. Let me know your thoughts, people. I'm still gonna basically try and find that information about, obviously, the argument which happens outside of the Airbnb. One, I remember one paper saying that someone said that there was fighting, an argument outside the Airbnb. Another said there was loud voice races, but it definitely continued outside. So let's just see what we can find, people. But do keep an eye out of it. I will find it somewhere, but like I said, I will put it out there once I've found it. But like I said, it's interesting what James Holt said, and don't forget the basically Jay's family have been up there as well. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment and follow the channel. Thank you.